They finished this name in 2001 and swore it would never come back. Tonight, it comes back louder than ever. Welcome to Prime Car Culture, and welcome to the car that just resurrected one of the most feared badges in muscle car history, the all-new 2027 Plymouth Roadrunner, a name once whispered with genuine fear on every street corner in America. If you grew up loving American muscle, or if you only know it from old, faded photographs and stories your father told you late at night in the garage, buckle up right now, because the next 8 minutes are going to feel like a time machine wrapped in carbon fiber and drenched in gasoline. We are walking around this beast right now, starting at the face of the machine, and honestly, it looks like it wants to fight something before the sun even comes up. That massive front grille dominates the entire nose of the car, wide, aggressive, and split by a thick chrome accent that instantly tells every other driver on the road to move aside and make room. This is not a subtle design at all, and honestly, it was never meant to be one. This is a statement, an intentional throwback to the fearless attitude Plymouth was famous for, rebuilt for a modern era with sharper lines, deeper vents, and a more menacing stance than anything that wore this badge back in the golden age of muscle. Right beside that grille, the headlights sit low and narrow, almost predatory, cutting into the fenders like blades sharpened for a street fight. At night, these units throw a crisp, ice-white beam down the road, and the housing itself has this layered, jewel-like depth that catches light from every single angle you look at it from. And just above them, thin strips of daytime running lights trace the edge of the headlamp in a signature glowing outline, a soft blue-white ribbon of light that makes this car instantly recognizable from a block away, even before you hear that engine start to breathe. Speaking of presence, look at these wheels for a second. 20-inch forged alloys, finished in a dark gunmetal tone with a diamond-cut lip that throws light every single time they rotate under the sun. The spoke design is aggressive, almost turbine-like, built not just to look sharp on a showroom floor, but to keep the massive brake calipers behind them cool during hard, repeated braking on a real road. You can see the red calipers peeking through the spokes, a small hint that this car is not just about looks, it is genuinely built to stop as hard as it goes. Walking along the side profile now, the door handles are flush-mounted, body-colored, and they present themselves with a smooth motorized action the moment you approach the car with the key sitting in your pocket. A small but deeply satisfying piece of modern engineering hiding inside a body shape that pays tribute to the past. Above them, the side mirrors are sculpted and aerodynamic, integrated turn signals blinking in a sequential amber sweep, and they fold in automatically once you lock the car and walk away. A tiny detail that reminds you this is a 2027 machine underneath that classic muscle car silhouette everyone recognizes instantly. Now let us move to the rear of the car, because this is where things get genuinely dramatic. The taillights stretch the entire width of the car in one continuous light bar, a deep red glow that pulses to life the moment you touch the brake pedal, and at night, this glowing red line across the back of the car looks absolutely cinematic, like a modern muscle car crossed with something out of a science fiction film. Just below that light bar sit quad exhaust tips, finished in a matte black ceramic coating, arranged symmetrically on each side of the rear bumper, and when this engine fires up, you will feel those pipes rattle the windows before you even see them shake with every single throttle input. And right in the center of the trunk lid, the brand emblem sits proudly, a bold chrome badge that simply reads Roadrunner, a name that once terrified street racers in the 60s and 70s, now reborn to do it all over again on modern asphalt with modern rivals. Alright, let us step inside the cabin now, because the exterior was really just the opening act of this whole story. Pulling open that door reveals a cockpit that blends heritage with pure modern luxury in a way very few revival cars manage to pull off successfully. The dashboard wraps around the driver in a wide, symmetrical design, finished in soft touch materials with contrast stitching running across every single panel, giving it a handcrafted premium feel the moment you sit down and close that door behind you. Grab the steering wheel and you will notice it is thick, wrapped in perforated leather, with paddle shifters mounted right behind it, and a flat bottom design that screams performance the second your hands wrap around it. Directly behind that wheel, the fully digital instrument cluster comes alive with a sharp, high-resolution display, customizable between classic analog-style gauges reminiscent of the original Roadrunner and a more aggressive, track-focused layout showing real-time boost pressure, oil temperature, and lap timing information. Right in the center of the dashboard, a large floating infotainment screen anchors the whole interior, running a smooth, responsive interface with wireless connectivity, premium sound system controls, navigation, and a dedicated performance menu where you can adjust exhaust sound, suspension stiffness, steering weight, and throttle response on the fly before you even leave the driveway. Below that, the center console is finished in gloss black with a satin metal trim, housing a stubby aircraft-inspired gear shifter that clicks with a satisfying mechanical precision every single time you row through the gears, along with a row of toggle switches for launch control and drive mode selection. The front seats are deeply bolstered, wrapped in quilted leather with contrast red stitching, offering heating, ventilation, and enough side support to keep you planted firmly through hard cornering without ever feeling stiff or uncomfortable on a long, relaxed highway cruise. As the sun goes down, this cabin transforms completely into something else entirely. The ambient lighting system washes the interior in a customizable glow, sweeping across the door panels, the footwells, and the edges of the center console in colors ranging from a deep muscle car red to a cool electric blue, creating an atmosphere that feels more like a private lounge than the cabin of a car built to destroy a quarter mile. Running your hand across the door panels, you will feel genuine stitched leather inserts, soft padded armrests, brushed metal accents, and precisely aligned seams that show real attention to craftsmanship, a level of interior quality that finally matches the aggressive exterior this car wears with so much confidence. But none of this really matters without what is hiding under that long sculpted hood. So let us go ahead and open it up together right now. Popping the hood reveals a massive engine bay, immaculately finished with a strut tower brace running across the top, carbon fiber accents covering the intake system, and just enough exposed hardware to remind you this is a real, mechanical, gasoline-powered muscle machine in an era where so many others have gone quiet and electric under the hood. Right in the center sits a supercharged V8, its polished intake manifold catching light beautifully. Bright red engine covers embossed with the Roadrunner script, and thick, braided lines feeding fuel and boost pressure into a motor built to produce brutal, old-school horsepower numbers wrapped inside modern engineering reliability that owners can actually depend on daily. Getting a closer look at that engine now, you can see the precision of the casting, the tightly routed wiring harnesses, the polished throttle body, and the aggressive supercharger snout pushing air directly into the intake, a visual promise of the violent acceleration waiting behind that key fob every single time you turn it. Out on the open road, this thing transforms from a showpiece into an absolute predator, the exhaust note deepening into a raw, bassy growl as the revs climb, the whole chassis squatting down under hard acceleration, while that supercharger whine builds underneath the roar, a sound and sensation that instantly reminds you why this badge earned so much respect decades ago. The suspension has been tuned with adjustable adaptive dampers, stiffening instantly the moment you switch into a sportier drive mode, keeping the body flat and composed through fast, sweeping corners while still soaking up rough pavement comfortably during a relaxed morning commute. Underneath, massive multi-piston brake calipers grip drilled and vented rotors on all four corners, hauling this heavy, muscular machine down from triple-digit speeds with a confidence that the original classic-era Roadrunner could only dream about. The launch control system allows the driver to hold the brake, build boost pressure against the clutch, and release everything in one violent, tire-smoking burst of acceleration that pins every passenger firmly into those bolstered leather seats. Even the paint options pay tribute to the past, with retro-inspired shades like high-impact orange, plum-crazy purple, and a deep, glossy rally red, each one finished with a modern multi-layer clear coat that gives the body an almost liquid, mirror-like shine under direct sunlight. A wide, functional hood scoop feeds cold air directly into the intake system, flanked by twin matte black racing stripes running the entire length of the car from the front bumper all the way back to the trunk lid, another unmistakable nod to the muscle car heritage this nameplate was originally built upon. Every exterior panel gap has been tightened, every body line sharpened, yet the overall silhouette still instantly reads as a Roadrunner from 100 yards away. Proof that great design language never truly goes out of style. It simply waits patiently, quietly, for the right moment to make its dramatic return to the streets. This is a car built for people who miss the sound of a real engine, the feeling of a proper gear change, and the attitude of a machine that does not apologize for existing in a world full of quiet, silent alternatives. It is built for weekend blasts down empty back roads, for slow-rolling car meets under bright parking lot lights, and for those rare, electric moments when you drop the hammer at a green light and feel every single one of those horses fighting hard to get loose beneath that long, sculpted hood. The 2027 Plymouth Roadrunner concept is proof that some legends refuse to stay dead, blending nostalgic muscle car DNA with genuinely modern technology, comfort, and design language that respects where it came from, while pushing hard toward where the muscle car world is headed next. If this reimagined Roadrunner deserves to make a real comeback on actual roads, smash that like button hard right now. Subscribe to Prime Car Culture for more deep dives into legendary nameplates, concept revivals, and everything in between that keeps American muscle culture alive. And drop a comment down below, telling us exactly which classic muscle car nameplate you want us to bring back to life next, right here on this channel. Thanks for riding along with us today. We genuinely appreciate every single one of you who clicked on this video, and we will absolutely see you in the very next one right here on Prime Car Culture.